YouTube, good evening. What the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage back. Pretty sure I have sound this time. I have no idea why I didn't record the sound yesterday. Let's just pick a faction. Vampires. Do y'all like the forethought I put into that? Let's see who he picks. Hello. Is he really gonna go with Arguelon? No, didn't think so. Alright, let's think. Dark Elves. We could be up against nasty infantry. We could be up against dragons. Could be a lot of crossbows too. How do I want to handle this? Let's load up one of our presets and then kind of adjust it. Vampire. Won't want banshees. I don't think bats are a terrible idea. Could be good at getting to crossbows if we're patient enough. So could dire wolves. Let's see. These guys can combine with the cryptors to do some damage. If he has mounted crossbowmen, we could use the fell bats. If he has hydras, all we would really have is Mannfred. If I bring a Mortis engine, then I have to protect it. Just trying to think. It seems like I'm gonna want some mobility in case he gets a lot of dark shards. Yeah, I probably do want those. Maybe just a White King. Throw it in with the infantry just to give him something else to chew on. It's a breath attack, really? Yeah, it's weak against armor, so it's probably not going to be worthwhile. What do we got? Spells, Buna, Leech, Nehek. Let's bring Wind of Death, just in case, with that extra money. There we go. I don't know that this is gonna work, but I just want to do something a bit different. Different in the sense that I don't have Blood Knights or typical predictable vampire army. Like I said, I don't know if this is a good army or not. For this, it's gonna really depend on what my opponent picks. Our infantry can combine with the cryptors to do quite a lot of damage. If he has Blackguard, yeah, well, Wind of Death or Buna is the only thing going to bail us out of that. Because Blackguard are a nasty unit for vampires to deal with. Harganeth, the Executioners, definitely not what I want to deal with, but they can be at least slowed down by the cryptors. And Graveguard, or yeah, Graveguard put together. I don't even, let's see, let's just put these guys here. Let's put White King in the center of this to try and hold together leadership. Like I said, it just kind of gives them something to chew on. More than just infantry, because vampire infantry has terrible leadership. If they had really good leadership, the vampires would be ridiculous. Okay. Keep the bats around. There we go. Let's give it our best shot. have a ton of winds of magic. Okay, the repeater crossbows. Not exactly what I'd like to face. Executioners and Blackguard. Also not exactly what I'd like to face. All he's got is the crossbow, so let's just keep Mannfred away from him. Let's build up for a Winds of Death. Let's bring up some units to Pester's crossbows. If we could engage his front line somehow and get a Winds of... I didn't mean to click that.
Swift as death's wings.
Wow, that actually hurt my skeletons pretty bad. Move on, bats. Close the trap. Okay, while he's busy... Keep moving, puppies. Let's give this guy more than he wants to think about. That's back here. There we go. Let's try and keep him busy in the background so we can sneak a Winds of Death. Oh, no. I don't want the bats. We're keeping him busy. It's all or nothing, folks. Let's see if he sees it. Go, 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 go. Go, go, Winds of Death, go! Oh. I thought we had his attention, but it didn't work. We gotta be patient. This guy is really trying to keep his repeater crossbows alive, and I'm just gonna harass the snot out of him. He's getting a little bit of damage done here, but I'm not terribly concerned. Let's keep moving, make it hard for him to use magic. We can eventually soak up a whole bunch more magic reserves. Get back in the air, bats. Yeah, it's not going to do that much damage. Not to my Graveguard, at least. Come on, bats. Bats! Bats! Should get some damage done here. Yeah, run. Run, Mannfred. Oh man, he drove one of our hounds crazy. That kind of sucks. No need to take the fight, Mannfred. There we go.
Swift as death's wings.
He wants us to take the fight. I don't want to take the fight until I can deal with his crossbows. And I want to make those crossbows a big liability for him. And if I take the fight right here, even with the bats around to harass the crossbows, it wouldn't be good. Let's chase him a bit. Because we can harass his crossbows out of here. Come on, shoot the gap, shoot the gap. There we go. Let's chew on those crossbows just a little. Yeah, we can't quite do a raise the dead out there. Chase him. Okay, let's try and gang up on an executioner. Keep all those guys busy. Oh, he used a stupid ability on me. Okay, get the executioners, swing around. We need all our bats up helping Mannfred. Mannfred's probably not loving life right now. Somehow my bats ended up on the ground, which I'm not really sure exactly how that happened, but it happened. Mannfred, I really do want you to extricate yourself from this fight, brother. Yeah, he's not doing it, so we're probably going to lose. Look, he's got a move order away right now, and Mannfred won't move. He's just locked. Yeah, we're dead. So I don't have enough magic to heal because I wasted it on the Winds of Death. Yeah, now Mannfred moves, now that it's too late. Nice, Mannfred. I shouldn't turn around and do this, but I'm going to do it. It's too late now, we've lost. That was frustrating. We had such a good skirmish just for Mannfred to completely get locked down in a fight, and I'm not really sure why he was locked down. Yeah. Yeah, he's dead. GG. It's over. I thought we would do better with the bats and the invocation and the heck, but I forget that he can do the soul stealer. So that was all for naught. Those two Blackguard would have been pretty much impossible to deal with here unless I would have gotten Mannfred to do some breath attacks. The Wind of Death would have been necessary, and I got a little bit impatient with it. I thought I had my opponent's attention enough that he wouldn't notice me putting the Wind of Death down up front because he was busy trying to keep his crossbow horses alive. But what I should have done was just bring my infantry up, see if I could get him to charge my infantry in a straight line, and then hit him with the Wind of Death while they were locked down. And then that probably would have worked better, rather than risking to do it while he had an opportunity to react. So, otherwise we skirmished okay during the beginning, the best way that vampires skirmish, which is chasing skirmish units. So, was okay with the fact that we were really giving his crossbow horses a hard time. And we did keep them in check, but they weren't the main threat there. Can we not find another match? Come on. Give me a match. See if we can get one more. Yeah, when you're playing vampires and someone picks the Dark Elves, Blackguard are kind of a death sentence unless you bring something very specific to deal with them. And Graveguard with great weapons, I'm not sure how they deal with that. That would actually be an interesting test to do with myself at some point. But Graveguard with great weapons would get slapped by the Hargoneth Executioners. You'd be better off using Crypt Horrors against the Executioners. And I was doing okay versus the Executioners, but there was no prayer against the Blackguard. Okay, what is going on? Really? I always get matches real fast, but since I'm on camera, or not on camera, but since I'm recording, see what happens here. All right, here we go. Here we go. Alright, let's just pick a faction quick again. I don't care what my opponent picks. We're just going to play whatever I get. And like I said, in that case, you know, I picked vampires early and then my opponent picked Dark Elves. I think this guy's going to do the same thing. Let's give him the Squig-dozer. I just like picking a faction and playing it. But the unfortunate thing with you doing this, and I don't know if my opponent really did this a moment ago, but people will just counterpick the crap out of you. So like if you pick something, they'll just pick something that they think is a counterpick to you, which I really wish they had blind picks, because I really like just picking a faction and playing. And some people are good sports. Like the Dark Elves, in my opinion, kind of are a counter to the vampires. So yeah, my opponent kind of counterpicked me. I don't know if it was just like I mean, if it was a really cheesy hard counter, it would have been like something I did yesterday, though, where he just brings monsters and stuff. So I don't think that that he was like intentionally trying to go after me or something. But that's the risk you get when you take the pick first. Looks like these guys are just there to hold together leadership. We could Squig-doze with the Black Orcs and the Squig Herd. Have to be very careful with Azag, though. His speed would be the only thing he could use successfully against what's no doubt going to be Malekith on a dragon. The Gabo big bosses. Just use them to support the probably the big uns, because the Black Orcs don't need a lot of leadership support. These guys could be good at going after crossbowmen. Squigs will charge right in with the Black Orcs and go anti-armor, anti-infantry. So we'll kind of have, like I said, the Squig-dozer in the center. Let's give it a shot. Squig-dozer, folks. Squig-dozer. The chill flow. Is that like some kind of Spotify playlist? It's funny that I even knew what Spotify was, because I sure as heck don't use it. I don't listen to a lot of music. I know a lot of people in life just like run on music, like they gotta have music all the time. I like music. I learned it in school, even played an instrument. I know how to read music, but modern music just doesn't do it for me. Like, sure, there's a good song here or there, but it's just lame. There's some classical music I like, but I mean, there's only so many scenarios where I really feel like listening to classical music. But when I listen to classical music and then listen to modern music, like, I find it hard to think that a musician can call himself a musician nowadays when compared to what people used to do with music. Again, I understand there's a time and a place for the type of music you enjoy, because just because I think the classical music is pretty cool doesn't mean that I just sit around and be like, oh man, I listen to this all day long. No. I don't know. I'm just not really driven by music. It doesn't do anything for me emotionally or anything like that. The only time I use it is maybe when I'm exercising, and running is just so boring that I need something to keep my mind busy. We put our wolfses back here. Sure can. Here we go.
Where's the scrap? We're the great tide. I'm the boss.
Let's have some fun. Squig-dozer! Okay, he's got his executioners, bleak swords. He's spread out his executioners. But regardless, I can't. Yeah, we should be able to. Yeah, he's got 2 executioners here. Let's kind of shift our focus to this flank. Azag, we're gonna need you, buddy. We're gonna fade Abuna those. He's only got one. Wait. He's only got one dark shard. Malekith has no mount. Let's see what spells he brought. Let's do some recon first. Blade Wind. Okay. He wants to sit back. I got some Buna for him. I might go ram some of his bleak swords here. Oh, no, we don't want any of that. Get the heck back, Azag.
This is it. Oh boy,
Just trying to get some charges on these bleak swords. Yeah! Okay, let's shift over here a little. Shift up the hill. Just tie these guys down for a second. Oh, he's bringing up the Death Hag. Get her. Okay, get out of there, Azek. Come on, get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. See if we can sneak in on those dark shards. Now let's Squig-doze him. Pull back. Squig-doze the executioners. Go around. Hammer in on the flank. Hit here. Actually, you all get after the shards. Azag. Fade Abuna here. Squigs. Perfect. Let's get a wah in here. Just hover Azag over it. Pile it in, boys. Rear charge. Finish these guys. Okay, pull out. Squigs. Get into that. Oh, that's a blackguard. Probably not the best attack run there. Azag, get down on this. Okay, cleaned out the dark shards. Let's start running cycle charges.
Stab him in the back. Moving fast.
Okay, we're tightening the noose a little. He's got a blade wind though, and I'm in a terrible position for a blade wind. Azag, get up. Stupid Death Hag got away. Pull out. Pull out. Hit the Death Hag. Let's squeeze the noose again. Still got quite a few Black Orcs. Azag, where'd you go, buddy? Okay, Death Hag got routed. Somehow we lost our Goblin Wolf Riders extricating from that fight. I say somehow, they're just Goblin Riders. Out of the fight, Azag. I can't believe he hasn't used a Blade Wind. This is like a unbelievable opportunity for Blade Wind. Okay, what's he got left up in here? Hit a Hargoneth Executioner with the Buna. Death Hag down. Let's hit these guys with a quick charge from Azag. I think we got this, folks. We got these guys pinned up, and he has not used Blade Wind the way he should. Get the Watt. He's using Doom Bolt, which is just an odd choice for this situation. Blade Wind would have cleaned up, I mean, probably part of his army, but at least a lot of mine. Oh, I forgot to keep him on top of these guys with the Wah, my bad. Huge mistake. Okay, run down some of the Dread Spears. Run down the Bleak Swords. We gotta run down fleeing units. Make sure they don't get back. Bring these guys back in, bring these guys back in. Azag's used up most of his magic at this point. Yeah, so my opponent here, unlike my previous opponent, my toying with him worked. But like I said, unlike my previous opponent, he held it together and he was paying attention. This is what happens when you're able to keep paying attention versus whenever you get distracted by something that you shouldn't be distracted with. So in this case, my opponent, I mean, yes, I hit him with the Fate of Buna, and that sucks. But you have to just, you know, you got to bring your line forward and match your strengths against his, or however you need to match it. In this case, I tried to match Squigs and Black Orcs against Executioners. It got pretty ugly. In a blow-up, knock-down, drag-out brawl like that, this Greenskin army will win. Like, you don't want to be in that kind of knockout brawl with the Greenskin army. Yes, he had a Death Hag. Yes, she caused some damage, but we dealt with her. He didn't have anything to keep her safe, really. She would have had to stay around the Blackguard to be successfully protected because there was no anti-large cavalry. And since Malekith didn't have a dragon, I mean, a dragon from Malekith makes my whole build much more difficult to execute because I have to keep Azag away from the dragon. It just makes it that much more difficult. I don't mind the idea of some Executioners being used when you know you're going to be facing against Black Orcs, but honestly, I about half think that Blackguard become a better choice against the Greenskins because they're good against monsters, and they're not as good against the infantry as the Executioners, but at least they kind of serve a dual threat. So I do like that he mixed them. The one Dark Shards, I mean, it usually doesn't hurt to bring a Dark Shard. They can do massive damage, but again, with Squigs and Wolf Riders around, Dark Shards are going to be very difficult to use. Very difficult. And then the two Gobbo Big Bosses serve their purpose here too. He didn't really have anything to go after him besides the Death Hag. And their leadership buffs keep units like these Big Uns in the fight. And Big Uns actually cause quite a lot of damage if they can stay in a fight long enough to dish it. It's their leadership and they're not immune to psychology that really hurts them. So then we just drop in Fate of Buna on some key units and we're able to do it. You know what I mean? It's too much. And if we look here, the Black Orcs served up some pretty stiff justice there, and we got a few kills in our Squigs. The Squigs are just a nice anti-armor touch. to go along with the Black Orcs to just make sure that you have the edge in that infantry fight. So hopefully you all enjoyed these. It seems like I haven't purposefully been going 1-1 in all these battles, but I sure did tonight. Yeah, look at that, I actually got downranked between my two wins. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. I try to like rank up just for fun sometimes. I don't play enough battles to successfully really rank up much, and it doesn't really matter anyway because the leaderboard is just whatever, it is what it is. But yeah, the leaders keep climbing higher because they never reset it, and so you can actually sit still and still drop rank, because I want to say I was like 38,000 rating a while back, and now I'm like over 40, but my ranking's worse than it was when I was 38,000 because the whole board is climbing, it seems like. I don't know exactly how it works, to be honest. Look at this, though. Holy moly. That's a lot of battles, folks. That's a lot of battles. Archon the Black is a coward. How does it feel, though, like... Wow, 437 battles. Yeah, I mean, these guys play a lot of battles. That is so much time referred to Ninja Hun to fix bugs. That's hilarious. Sometimes I just like looking at the names in here. Now let's see, let's just see who else turned up. But anyway, yeah, fun stuff. Hope you all enjoyed it. I'll be back with some more battles here soon. HeirofCarthage signing out for now.